iterate or eliminate. So let's go back through the steps. First, I tried to explain what a hotspot for innovation was. Then I shared with you 4 skills of innovators on how to find those hotspots in your day-to-day work. And now you're ready to innovate. You're ready to create an innovative product or service that creates more appropriate value for your customers. And so there are 2 ways that I know of to innovate: iterate and or eliminate. So if you look on page 4 in your handout here, you can either create more appropriate value for your customers by iterating an existing product or service, whether it's your product or service or someone else's product or service. You take what already exists and you make it one step better than it is. And this is a way that many innovations over the last 10 years that we could look at were really an iteration of an already existing product or service. The other way to innovate is to create a product that eliminates the need for the current product or service, whether it's yours or your competitors. So I'm going to give you 2 examples, 2 of my favorite examples. One is low tech and one is high tech. And they're right out there in the open. I'm sure everybody knows these stories before I even tell them. But the reason I want to share these stories with you is they both provide examples of how to iterate to create a new innovative product or service and how to eliminate. So the first example is McDonald's. In October of 2001, McDonald's had its first ever losing quarter, where the company actually made less money or spent more money than they brought in that quarter. The owner-operators were not happy, the McDonald's corporate employees were not happy, and the shareholders were not happy. Nobody was happy. It was a very unhappy time at McDonald's. And so what they decided to do was they said, we are going to innovate our way out of this. And here's what happened over a period of 10 years. In January of 2011, McDonald's was named the best managed company in the world by Fortune magazine. And they look back on their track record. So I just want to remind you of some of their innovations. They went from cash only to cash and credit card. Well, you might not think that's a big deal to just take credit cards. But when you have 13,000 McDonald's restaurants in the United States alone and over 30,000 worldwide, to go from cash only to credit cards was a big deal, and it was something that people had to really think long and hard about. That was an iteration. They went from 6 a.m. to midnight to being open 24 hours. Another iteration. They used to sell 2 for 2s, where you could get 2 cheeseburgers for $2 on a Tuesday, and on Wednesdays they'd have some other deal. And the iteration was they created the dollar menu. So every single day you knew what you could get for a very low cost. They went from hot cakes to McGriddles, which was a big seller for McDonald's for a long time. And they went from coffee, just a regular cup of black coffee, to the McCafe, which was an elimination because it eliminated the need to go to Starbucks. They went from drive-through to double drive-through. That was an iteration. They went from salad shakers to premium salads. That's another iteration. But when they went to premium salads, they grew Happy Meals dramatically because moms were much happier to go get a great salad as opposed to a lousy salad, and Happy Meals went way up. And finally, they went from McChicken to premium chicken sandwiches and were able to really increase their dollar per transaction. And then the last one here is the Red Box. I don't know if you've ever been to McDonald's, but at the Red Box at McDonald's, you can get a DVD for $1. Well, you might not think that's a big deal, but McDonald's can sell well over 500,000 DVDs every single day. And it also eliminated the need to go to Blockbuster. You no longer had to go to Blockbuster to get a movie. You could go to McDonald's for dinner and a movie. And so here's my point for your business. My point for your organization is not to emulate McDonald's, except think about where can you iterate and where can you create something that will eliminate the need for an existing product or service.